Whoa, that's my car. And I'm trekking up this hill in Neemrana, right next to that School of Aeronautics, Neemrana. And this is me climbing this terrain with my new bag. Pretty good trek, very rough terrain. It's a typical Rajasthan terrain, very rocky, lot of thorns and lot of dry grass, you could just see. So they're actually helpful in climbing. If it was clear and steep, and it was quite steep, but if it was not rocky, it would be very difficult to climb it. But it was real good fun. I think I took about 20 to 25 minutes to climb this one. Let's see, I think another 10 minutes to reach there, or maybe 5. See you. And right now I'm at the top of the hill. Not a very difficult climb. As you can see, it is pretty rocky. The only problem is, as I mentioned, there are a lot of thorns, and you can be a victim to some of those thorns in your hand. But I didn't try to be a pro. Because if you are trekking like a pro, and if you're not, you have a very strong chance of slipping down the mountain. And if you are alone, then there's nobody to save you. Plus my phones are off for the last 2 days, and nobody knows that I'm here, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Bad thing because if I die, nobody would come to know. And a good thing is that I've been able to cut off from civilization, especially on the day, especially on the New Year's Eve and stuff like that. Anyways, that's about me. So if you are a nature lover, you must come to Neemrana and climb one of these mountains. Sorry, hills. I keep calling them mountains just to boost my ego, but they're actually hills. They must be 300 to 400 feet in height. I can't show you the depth, but you can get an idea. You can see those houses, those residential colonies. Trekking up is difficult, but if you think that trekking down is easy, let me tell you, it looks easy, but it might be less training to the legs, but it could be more dangerous. Even though you can look down, but you can slip. The chances of slipping are more because you can't use your hands really, right? You can't crawl back. I think any one of us can climb. The only difference is that people who can climb have a little more willingness or courage to do that. The little risk with the rocks is that if you fall, you hit the rock. Whereas if you fall there, you slip down. So I believe slipping down could be worse, like I did. And I think I won't mess much with this. So I'll see you in a while. Okay? Happy New Year. Hi, solo trekkers. So you can see where I'm standing. These trees, you can get good grip on them. Otherwise, everything is very loose. And if you step on those stones, you can slip down the hill, and that could be fatal, of course. Yes, guys. So you can see there's not much space, there's not much grip here. So because many of these stones can fail you, and so one has to be very careful where he or she is stepping. And these, you can get hold of these, but you have to make sure that they're strong enough and they don't break. And so right now I can see that they're flexible, so they won't break so easily. But like this stone here looks a little stable, so I can take help of this one. And while I'm still holding that, I have to now start crawling, maybe, and climb down diagonally instead of going down straight. Whoa. Do you see this? That's an insect. That's a grasshopper. It looks exactly like grass, but it's a grasshopper. It's an insect. It's a living being. It's a biological being. It's just like a blade of grass. God is amazing, isn't he? If somebody tends to fall down from here, you can hit a tree and you can be saved. But if there are no trees, what do? You won't even have this vegetation if you don't have trees. That's how important it is to have trees. I climb from a slightly different way. But yeah, I'm very close by to that area. They've put all these things here so that people can't just enter the colonies right next to it. So this is another task. Let me just do this and I'll show you the peak where I climbed. So I've climbed down the mountain, and these are the things that I was talking about. They are they act like some kind of defense system. So guys, this was the peak that I climbed, and this is where I'm coming from. This is the place where I parked. This is some kind of government accommodation for event.